Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Acton, Maine Selectmen's meeting for November 22nd, 2016. First order is a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if we could have a moment of silence, please, for Robert Bowman. He was the York County EMA Director. Just a moment of silence, please. Thank you. As I said, Bob was the EMA Director for York County from 1993 to 2010. He did a tremendous amount for the York County EMA and for a lot of the towns in York County, both in grants and getting everything within compliance as we went through the years. So he passed away this past weekend. So, okay. Approval of the agenda.
I move that we approve the agenda.
I second.
Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Okay, and I haven't got a chance to review the minutes. Do we want to postpone that till next week?
Postpone.
Okay. Make a motion to postpone the minute reading till next week? The approval of the minutes to next week?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. Department heads, committee chair updates. Do we have any? No, seeing none, we'll move forward. Old business, we have library walkway.
It is still on there, and a couple things that I wanted to mention about it tonight. First one is in regards to the finances that were spent. I just want to make sure that, that everybody knows and understands where the money came from. There was a warrant article on last year's town warrant that was approved by the Warrant and Finance and eventually the townspeople to approve and spend that money to do the front walkway. There were funds that were spent above and beyond for that out of the Town of Acton's building maintenance account. The library is still part of a town building. The front door and a couple of other miscellaneous things from that project did come out of building maintenance, which is exactly what that account is designed for, building maintenance, things that we don't expect when we were putting the project together. So the $7,500, I think that was appropriated at town meeting, went to the actual walkway, the stonework, everything that you see there, miscellaneous items such as the door, some of the railings came out of building maintenance, which is where it should have come out of. So I just wanted to make sure that we were clear on that.
The book drop for that?
Book drop, the library paid for themselves.
Library paid for the book drop on that, so.
So, if anybody has any questions about any of the invoices, we certainly would be happy to pull them and show them. We did notice, I guess what we're calling, I don't want to say the words chip, because that may be a harsh word, a slight burn. There is some sort of marking in the glass. We believe that we know where it has come from as far as the door, and we're working out the details and having a couple of the contractors come back to see if we can get that replaced. But right now there is some just really small, minute. The glass has shattered, almost like you might have grinded around it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they kind of spit back. So at least pointed that out. So we're looking into getting that fixed.
Okay. Rear stairs.
Thought they were supposed to be done last week. A couple of training classes came up for Ken that took his extra time. We're also waiting for, he needs some gravel base put down out back. Again, another article that was approved by Warrant and Finance and the townspeople, X amount of money just for that rear project. So that's where that money's coming out of. So I spoke to Scott Mooney today. He's going to drop off the material Monday with the holiday being this week, and Ken will finish it up.
Good. Great. Yeah, it does look really nice, both do. Snow and ice control workshop.
So last week you guys talked about this. Just wanted to get a final count. I have 3 people that are interested. I did make a phone call to Mr. Stevens, waiting to hear from him. Wasn't sure if either one of the board, you guys were interested in attending that.
I'm not able to.
Okay, we'll just send Elise as the, so we'll go ahead and mail those in tomorrow. We'll give Pat another day, and
Okay.
You guys will be confirmed.
Great. New business. waive the fees for the Three River Land Trust. What is that about?
Minor thing came up, minor.
It's a minor technicality, okay? Let's see how minor.
All right, we'll see how minor. It's been tossed around whether we're creating a subdivision up there. And I guess in the 2 or 3 weeks that this, or month this has been going on, it's come to the conclusion that we are creating a subdivision. It is 3 lots. 1 lot was sold 3 years ago that had some shoreland zoning in it. So that triggered, with the 3, it triggers that it is a subdivision. Three Rivers is submitting an application to the planning board a week from Thursday, but we'd like to ask the selectmen if they would waive the fees on that, so that we don't have to pay the fees on it.
What are we talking dollar-wise?
Couple $100. We advertise it, we notify the abutters. It's minimal, more staff time and postage.
I don't have an issue with it. How's the rest of the board feel?
You're only talking a couple $100, right?
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
And in a way, it's, if it all goes through,
It's
it's
gonna
gonna,
be town
it's
property
gonna end up
anyway,
being
so-
back to town property anyway, so. Okay, do I hear a motion? To waive the fees?
I make a motion to waive the subdivision fees for the, it's not really against the Three Rivers Land Trust.
Well,
it's
right
for
now, the Three Rivers is the one applying for the
Yeah.
subdivision.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I make a move to waive the subdivision fees
Okay.
with Three Rivers Land Trust.
Moved, do I hear a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to waive the fees for Three River Land Trust with the subdivision fees. Any further discussion? Call for a vote, all in favor? All opposed? Okay, that's been waived. Thank you. And recommendations for the special town meeting. Thank you.
The Warren and Finance Committee did meet and made the recommendations. They made motions to approve the articles as written on each of the articles that pertain to them, 2, 3, and 4. So you will see those in there. So we're looking for the selectmen to make recommendations, and then I have a variety of copies, depending on how you decide to make those recommendations. We
Okay.
can sign and get it posted, so
Okay,
you have to do it on one of my 3 choices.
sure. Okay, let's see. I might as well go down through the articles. So we have, let's see, must have the whole thing. Greetings in the name of State of Maine, you are hereby requested to notify and warrant inhabitants of the town of Acton, qualified to vote in town affairs, to assemble at the Acton Town Hall on December 13th, 2016 at 6 o'clock in the evening, to act on the following, to wit. First one is to choose a moderator for said meeting. We don't need to vote on that one. Second is Article 2, to see if the town will authorize the selectmen to apply on behalf of the town for federal financing assistance under the provisions of the Land and Water Conservation Fund Act, Public Law 88-578, hereafter called the grant funds, for the acquisition of plus or minus 25 acres parcel of land, which is a portion of map 220, lot 002, known as Romac Orchards, including the summit of Goat Hill, and to further authorize the selectmen to enter into Land and Water Conservation Fund project agreement with the state of Maine subsequent to federal approval of the project, which may include conservation restrictions on said property on terms that the selectmen deem to be in the best interest of the town. Warrant and Finance Committee recommendations, they approved the article as written. What is the wishes of the board?
Approve it.
Do I hear a motion?
I move that we approve, under your word that,
Article 2?
just that's it. I
Okay.
move that we approve Article 2
As written.
As written.
as
written.
written.
I second.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve Article 2 as written. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Article 3, to see if the town will accept the aforementioned grant funds with the following understanding and conditions. A, that the town will deem the receipt of said grant funds to be a credit towards the Three River Land Trust funding efforts and contribution for the acquisition of the Romac Orchard Goat Hill property pursuant to the town meeting's approval of Article 5 on the town meeting warrant of June 14th, 2016. B, to the extent that the grant funds exceed the Three River Land Trust's credit for funding and contributions as set forth, any excess grant funds will remain property of the town to be used for all lawful purposes allowed by the grant. C, nothing in the article shall be construed to decrease the town's previous appropriations on June 14th, 2016 of $100,000 to be paid towards the purchase of the Romac Orchards Goat Hill property through a combination of the approved bond and Forest Committee review fund. Warrant and Finance Committee recommends approval of the article as written. What is the wishes of the board?
I move that we accept the Article 4 as written.
3.
3.
Article 3.
I'm sorry, Article 3.
I second.
Moved and seconded to accept Article 3 as written. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. And we have Article 4. To see if the town will appropriate any or all of the aforementioned grant funds towards the purchase of the Romac Orchards Goat Hill property to include payment of and reimbursement to Three River Land Trust for portions of the purchase price paid at closing, deposits paid prior to closing, and/or reasonable transaction expenses as agreed by the Selectmen to the extent permitted by the conditions of the attached to the grant funds. Warrant and Finance Committee recommends approval of the article as written. What is a member of the board? What's the wishes of the board?
I move that we approve the Article 4 as written.
I second.
Moved and second to approve Article 4 as written. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. You have one of several,
Choices.
so they all were approved by this board, 3-0. Is that what we have here? Okay, approve the article as written, approve the article as written, oops, and approve the article as written with warrant and finance's approval as well. Okay. Do we need a vote? We need a vote to sign this. Okay, this is the warrant for the special town meeting, which puts together all the 4 articles that we just talked about. Do I hear a motion to sign the,
I move that we approve and sign the warrant.
As written. I second.
moved and seconded to sign the warrant as written. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you. So basically, that just tidies up everything that we have been looking to do and the things that came up that we did not expect that needed to be done to get the grant process in way and hopefully get approval on the grant. And with that, we still are only limited to spend out of town funds the 100,000 that was approved last June, so. Okay, deputy contract.
So, last week I gave you, the deputy contract, have you guys had a chance to review it, or do you wanna table it another week?
I'm still in review on it, if you don't mind tabling it, if that's okay with the board? Okay, yeah, we'll table that to next week,
So put it back on next week?
please.
Okay.
Good night.
You.
Right. If it, just FYI, we did compare it, to last year's contract and, had some typos changed in it, but it seems pretty standard and there doesn't seem to be any major changes in it.
Okay. Okay, E, open demo bids.
So there was your bid. We got two.
We did, okay. Yep. Okay, open those up, you get the magic knife. This is the bids to demolish the old sand salt building on Sanborn Road. Thank you, sir. And let's see, the first is from CIA Salvage.
CIA.
Yeah. CIA Salvage Incorporated will demolish and remove the wood structure at 893 Sanborn Road, formerly used as the town's sand salt shed, for the sum of $12,681. All concrete and pavement will remain in place. So that one is for $12,681. Okay. We have one more. Have you opened? Oh, you did open it, great. And the next one is from Punske Scrap Iron and Metal. Don't think I even need to read this one.
Why?
Punske Scrap Iron and Metal will tear down old old salt shed and remove debris for the sum of $32,699. $32,699 for a first half of the payment due at start of demolition, final payment due at end. So there are the two bids that we have. One is for $12,681 and the other one is for $32,699. Now, let me look back at the first one.
So with your permission, we'll,
Demolish and
take a look at some of the road accounts, speak with the treasurer.
Yeah.
I was just
know that-
wondering where the money was.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had talked before that depending on, what the numbers came in at, that it may have to be a warrant article for next year.
Right,
Find out, how long CAI will honor that bid.
yep.
We'll
I
go
was just
from there.
looking at-
And I'll check with the insurance company, because that was a big part of it, and if they'll give us till then.
Correct. I was looking at CIA's
Yep,
salvage. It does say demolish and remove the wood structure. So that's the only place I could see where there might be a difference, was it just demolish? But no, it says demolish and remove, and Punske's is demolish and remove. So we'll pass those back to,
so I'll get some more information.
Administrator?
And follow up next week.
Yes.
yep, sounds great, thank you.
You're welcome, Ed.
And we are, what? Well, we are at the public comment part. Do we have anything from the public? Anyone from the public wish to comment? Anyone at all? Okay. Announcements. Town Hall closed Thursday, November 24th, and Friday, the 25th. That's this Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving and the day after. Another reminder that 2017 dog licenses are now available. And the Acton tree lighting is December 3rd at 5 PM right here at the Town Hall. So, Anyone else have any other announcements for tonight?
No.
Any announcements, Bill?
No, sir.
Okay, we've had our first, I guess, snowfall you can call that, and roads were slick, so road crews were out scraping down and sanding the roads, so kept them good for the townsfolk, so that's about all I have. Anybody else have anything else from the board? No?
No.
We'll hear a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
All in favor? Great, good night all.